Check one, check two. 1, 2, 1, 2. What? You wanna come sit here? You gonna look at the video? Hi, I'm Scott, and this is the 80 Thursdays project. This is going to be day 9 and 10 combining and then going back to starting from scratch every single week now that the holidays and visitors and everything has passed. So the past couple of weeks I've not been doing much coding. I've been doing more drawing and doodling and figuring out some animations because I need to get a handle on that. I need to get going on it. So I've been playing around with this character for a while and I have done some animations before, but I kind of wanted to develop it a little bit further. So I started drawing some designs and then kind of came up with a final-ish design. I want to keep it really simple and distinctive, so it's just going to be geometric shapes. That way it kind of catches your eye a little bit easier and easier to see on the screen, and plus it's a lot easier to animate. So now I'm kind of looking at the basic movement. So I did a quick kind of going over of the simple movement, and I want it to be kind of like how Pixar manages to put a lot of emotion and a lot of context into animation. Obviously I can't do Pixar level animation, but that similar idea where a lot can be said with subtle, simple movements. And so that's now what I am doing on this sheet. I'm figuring out the basic animation. So it has these kind of like geometric shapes coming off of the back of the main character's body, and that will help convey movement because as they kind of sparkle away from the back end and get smaller and smaller, it will make it look like it's traveling forwards. And so that's going to be important with its different movements. You know, when it jumps, obviously the tail is then going to change shape, and you know, maybe the shapes will become further spread apart, or as it comes to a stop it will kind of get squashed closer together. And so all of this I have to start thinking about, but the first place I'm going to start is just the simple moving forward animation, how this tail looks when he's just moving forward at normal walking speed. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. The green is just purely because I chose a green from my pen well, and it doesn't look great, I understand that, but this is just purely for my visual ease. Wait for the helicopter to go overhead. Is he the helicopter? Yes, that's just helping with my visual ease, and I'm going to be working on that for the next kind of couple weeks. So I'm going to keep updating, keep trying to come up with some really interesting animations, playing around with it, something really interesting. Then I will start translating that into the game. I need to figure out if I want to kind of keep an 8 or a 16 or a 32-bit style, or if I want it to be more like Rayman Legends or whatever, where it has this kind of more artistic drawn style. All of this I have to kind of figure out and plan with what works best for these characters. I mean, obviously because it is geometric shapes, I can kind of go for the 32-bit, 16-bit kind of look, you know, similar to like old style Mario, or it will also work a bit more detailed and a little bit more artistic and painterly. So yeah, the other thing I have been doing over these past 2 weeks is I have blasted through Spider-Man for the PS4. I'm going to put a little bit of gameplay up here, just of me playing and swinging around the city. But yeah, so I've been playing that with the kids and, you know, doing the story missions myself. So yeah, I've been playing that, and it is awesome. Such a great game. Insomniac have done a fantastic job. And what I wanted to really kind of look at is how fun it is to move in that game. And I think that really pertains to how my project is going to be as well. I think that's something that's very important. When you're swinging around New York City as Spider-Man, it's just so much fun to swing. just to go down and back up again. Really, really fun. And I think what Insomniac did that makes that really fun is that they didn't make it too, I don't want to say, they didn't make it too realistic. They didn't get hung up on the realism too much about it. You know, obviously, going by the swing, gravity isn't a full 1G like it is that we experience, and it's very forgiving. If Spider-Man swings into a building, he doesn't just go splat and die, or whatever. I mean, he's traveling at very high speeds, and so it's going to hurt. But he will just run up the side of the building, which some people have taken as a criticism, as making it a little bit too easy, but I think actually that makes the game more fun. It makes it more enjoyable to move around. At the end of the day, you don't want to have to work just to get from A to B. Like, that's not fun. It becomes very tedious after a while. And Insomniac, I think, just hit the nail on the head with that. They knew they couldn't make it too realistic, and they didn't want to go for that. They wanted to make it fun first and foremost, and so the mechanic is just, I think it's spot on. It's just right. And this is something that they've played with before in their previous game, Sunset Overdrive, another fantastic game. They made the movement enjoyable and built on that. And it gives you a real sense of being Spider-Man in New York City. And the fact as well that the game is just beautifully detailed. And if you have a PlayStation, go check it out. It's absolutely worth the £40. Yeah, I think I'm going to learn a lot from that game. I'm going to really analyze that movement and take from that how even in a game as complex as Spider-Man, down to my simple little game, that movement should be fun first and foremost and build on that. So yeah, I have been Scott. This has been the 80 Thursdays project, day 9 and 10. I'll see you guys next week. Oh, and I have to give a shout out to Johnny and to Marina, because they asked me to.
Hello.